Hello and welcome to episode 5 of MTG Vintage Flashback. I'm your host Mike, and today we'll be talking about the Boons cycle. Cycles are generally described as sets of cards with similar or related effects that may span a range of colors, rarities, sets, and any combination of the three. They are prevalent throughout Magic's expansions, including a few famous ones like the Commands of Lorwyn, and the Mirren Swords. The Boons cycle consists of instants that span the 5 colors, which makes it a horizontal cycle. Each costs 1 mana of its color and provides an effect in the flavor of its color in 3s. It's worth noting that a boon is defined as something that is helpful or beneficial. To start off, we'll talk about the most underpowered and often overlooked card in the Boons, Healing Salve. It costs 1 white mana and either prevents 3 damage or gains a player 3 life. Healing Salve may not have been a terrible card in limited edition alpha. It even sort of counters one of its boon siblings, Lightning Bolt. Over time, a number of life gain cards have been printed, which has sent Healing Salve even deeper into the back of a white mage's tome. Healing Salve was printed in each core set up to and including 8th edition, along with several expansion sets in between, but has only seen 1 reprint since. Wizards put the final nail in the coffin for this card with the release of the Dominaria expansion, which included a card named Healing Grace, which not only combined the 2 options Healing Salve gave, but also kept the mana cost and instant casting speed. Limited Warriors are very familiar with Giant Growth, and much like its spirit animal Grizzly Bears, is a staple of Magic's core. Giant Growth costs 1 green mana to play and gives a creature +3/+3 until end of turn. This classic combat trick is likely a player's first encounter with one, and is a card I must have 50 copies of lying around. Its comparative strength has dwindled over the course of Magic's history. Giant Growth has been printed in nearly every core set and countless expansions. Nowadays we tend to see its cousin Titanic Growth. An easily recognizable card, Lightning Bolt still sees a lot of play in a variety of decks across several formats. This has allowed it to be one of the few printed commons that has easily held a value of a few dollars. It costs 1 red to play and deals 3 damage to any target. A very straightforward card that has stood the test of time. One interesting story about the card is that it is attributed by members of the community as a motivation behind limiting decks to 4 copies of any one card. What if I told you a good deck back in the day was 20 Mountains and 40 Lightning Bolts? In an environment where the better creatures are vanilla 2/2s for 3 mana, that doesn't seem so far-fetched. After 4th edition, Lightning Bolt was replaced by the strictly worse Shock, and has only seen reprints in M10 and M11 outside of some supplemental products. Dark Ritual is of course one of the favorite cards here on MTG Vintage Crack, and we've opened a lot of them. Dark Ritual costs 1 black mana to play and provides 3 black mana in return, what some call a budget Black Lotus. It was frequently reprinted early in Magic's history, but was pulled from core sets around 5th edition as game designers felt it was hurting the design of black cards. It has also been tweaked a few times over the years. At one point it was printed as a mana source, and another point as an interrupt, meaning that it could not even be responded to other than with another mana source or interrupt. Dark Ritual still sees play in Dredge and other mono black decks. We saved the best for last, and that's an understatement with Ancestral Recall. It costs 1 blue mana to cast and makes a player draw 3 cards. Ancestral Recall is the only one of the boons which was printed at the rare level and not common. It's interesting to imagine what the price point of the card might be if it was printed at common. Today an alpha version markets from about $6,000 to $10,000 depending on the condition. This card easily allows a blue deck to dig through itself finding answers and threats. Its relative power level has given it the prestige of being part of the Power 9, as well as being placed on the reserved list and not seeing a printing past Unlimited Edition. In addition, it is banned in every format it would otherwise be legal in except for Vintage, where it is restricted to 1 copy. Ancestral Visions is an example of an attempt to make a more balanced version of the card. So that was the Boons cycle. What is your favorite card from the cycle, and why? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. Be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so you know when our new videos come out. Until then, thanks for watching.